Hello again, everybody. Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Tuesday, July the 22nd. Not a bad day on Wall Street, particularly in the morning. And a nice close. But similar stocks that we followed did well today. A few new ones stuck out. I want to show you those. Alcoa just keep plugging along, but I wanted to point out that today it hit my second target. First was 15, we reached it here. Second target, 17, we reached it today. Got up to 17.16, closed 17.09, and it was up 47 cents, or almost 3%. Volume picked up to 31.5 million shares, so we may be coming to a peak here. But even though this is lateral resistance, there may be a possibility of this extending up towards the close to 18 range. I'm going to show you a couple of the new issues that we've been following. ANET, which has been called the next Cisco, had a nice run up here, a wedge there that popped out, and another wedge, and it's starting to pop, I think. Today was a nice day. It was up to 228. But at one point it was up about almost 4, 3 3/4. So up 3.61% and not on a ton of volume. So I want to see if we did get some volume. Just going to let you know that my targets are going to be around 72. And then for a retest of 77, 78 up here. If it really gets running, of course it can be a monster. The stop unequivocally has to be underneath the 62 area. That's where these multiple lows are. ARRS, well, the swing trade that we gave you here and worked its way up to the first target has then pulled back in a nice falling wedge that held near lateral price support and 50-day moving average. At this point, that's the new trend channel. And you can see that it's a nice parallel channel. Reached up today and jumped to $1.29 over 4% on 3.3 million nearly. We're going to have to take out 34.15 range, but I think it gets to 37 short term, and you can see the longer term potential way up in the low of the mid 40s. GoPro is another one of those we're going to take a look at on the the fairly new issues. Beautiful run up. We caught this one for a swing. It then came down, snapped back, reversed, retested. It's forming a wedge here, and it's gotten very narrow. Today was an up day, but an inside day. As you can see, the volume wasn't heavy. 5.8 million for the GoPro, that's pretty light. But you can see this declining top line is towarding the advance, and if we can just get it above, I think, above 43, 80, 44, this could explode and retest the highs near 50 and then beyond. Oh, and by the way, on this one, I just want to point out that the 5-day lows in here at about 40 would be a stopping point for me. If it gets below that 39 3/4, 40 range, it could retest 36. GWPH, well, it's a stock we've liked all year. The recent run-up took it out of the wedge here and ran it from the mid-60s all the way up to 111. Was a hell of a move for the stock. And now that it's pulled back and retraced about 50%, I'm confident that the stock is beginning to make a new move here. Now there is some resistance in this zone across here, and that's going to be my short-term target, up around 94.5. Those are my targets short-term if it can extend. So we'll see what occurs there. INVN, we put a swing trade on this today because the cluster of highs in March and then again here in July was taken out today with a thrust of 103 or $4 or 4.27%, 4.25 million, almost 4.3 million, the best in a couple weeks. So I'm thinking that this is headed higher, and I'm looking for 28 and then 32. Intermune. Well, looks like the wedge here was broken today with a pop. The stock jumped $1.83 or 4.2%, and the volume picked up a little bit. If I can see this stock continue in this range, well, first of all, I want to see if it can get up across the prior high. Keep an eye on this 47.65 area. Today's high was 46 3/4, so we need to get about another 80 cents up. I just wanted to show you how it popped out across that line today after holding double bottom near the trend line and moving averages. Right now, I'm looking for this stock to make a move through here and get up to 52-ish. Swing trade OBTI swung around and closed above that line after taking out the declining top sign, this 3-wave corrected pullback wedge. After that held the trend line and moving average, you can see how it pulled right back up again. So at this point, encouraged about a move up towards 26.7, which was my original target. I'm going to take a quick look at Pixelworks now. If you look at the long-term chart, it's a beauty, and it calls for $12. But resistance in here had to be taken out of. And that was done in the last couple of days. But today's the first day it closed above that line with a thrust of another 37 cents or 4%. What I want to see is that it can follow through, then we're going to see $12. This has some great momentum. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth wave, it may be a choppier wave, but once it accelerates, I think it can get up to trend channel. That's what I'm looking for. The short-term supports around 8.25. Still dynamics, 2 days in a row, big surge. First a breakaway yesterday, and I featured this yesterday, but unfortunately my video, we had technical problems with it. Hopefully that won't happen tonight. But my target on it is 23. WBAI, well, a pretty important breakout today. As you can see, this line here thwarted the advance for several months. But today it surged, popped through the wedge and through that line. And all it needs now is to take out the 41 area, which it may test tomorrow. I'm looking for a stock to get up to 45. Maybe even as close to 46. This will be your next target up here. But a nice base and breakout. Look at the volume, 1.9 million. Biggest volume I've seen in months. And I think we're going to head higher. WUBA also popped after popping to the double top here and then pulling back, but holding the prior breakout point and forming a wedge. It popped yesterday, followed through today, up to 23 or 4.5%. I'm looking for a retest of the high and a takeout, which eventually leads to higher highs in the high 50s and low 60s. Lastly is Zone, ZHNE, which was one of our favorites back in here before it broke down. Has been moving back up. I like this pattern because of the declining tops line and the rising bottoms line formed a wedge. A couple days ago, it popped on big volume and went through that wedge. And then for 2 days, it stalled right here. Keep in mind this stock over 385, because then I think you're looking at a $5 stock. The volume and technicals look pretty intriguing. I like this one a lot. And that's going to be it for tonight, everybody. Have a good evening. Talk to you tomorrow in the trading room.